right? I will say this, if you can watch a full-length feature movie like Jerry Maguire on your phone, you can do training on your phone too, okay? You can do training on your phone, and we'll talk about that. And one of my favorites of this place, I love YouTube. How many people look at YouTube and do that? My wife complains because I'll be up at night and I'll wake her up because I'm laughing, you know? Because I got my little iPad and I watch YouTube and everything else. And as I said, you know, all the notes, this presentation is going to be up on YouTube, so I'm going to use it. But here's how I think this kind of technology is revolutionizing training, absolutely revolutionizing training. I went and bought a new car, and I haven't bought an American car in maybe about 5 years, but I was feeling really guilty, you know? So I bought an American car, a Lincoln, you know, the thing, right? Bought it on eBay. And then I decided, because I also live in Texas, you can have a black car in Texas because, you know, it'll go for a week without getting dirty. Here you can go for like an hour, you know? So on this black car, I thought, I'm a kind of handy guy. A black car needs a little more chrome. So I went on eBay again, and I saw you could get these little chrome pillar posts on here. I thought that'd be great, you know, so I bought them. They arrived, and I'm sitting here, a brand new car, and I see this stuff has 3M special, you know, stick-em stuff that I believe if you put it on, you're not taking it off, you know. So I'm sitting there going like, I need training to know how to do that. So I go, where do you go to, you know, search for training? I go to Google, and I want to find a little course on how to apply these things because it didn't come with any instructions. Maybe that's why the price was so good. And so I found and did a search in Google, and everything that came up was how to sell this stuff. Sell. No training. I thought, I'll go to YouTube. I went to YouTube, typed in exactly what I wanted, and oh my God, guess what came up? A video instruction piece of about 5 minutes that showed exactly how to put that thing on. And there was a technique. You needed to slice this little tape that was on here to make sure when you stuck it down, you had to take some acetone to wipe it down so it would adhere. I mean, stuff that I would have messed up royally, and it was all right there, and it was free. And I got it instantaneously, and the search engine worked perfectly. Boom. That's training. I also do painting, and I'm doing this new kind of painting with beeswax. It's called encaustic painting, right? Nobody's ever heard of it, right? Has anybody heard of it? No, maybe somebody, no. You know, I went on there were 5 lessons on encaustic painting on YouTube, and they were free, you know? This is revolutionizing the way we do what we do. So I'm a big proponent of these kinds of things. Connectivity, we're going to see in the future. Connectivity. You know, we're social animals, we're social beings. That's why we still go, I believe, to theaters, even when we could get everything we wanted at home. You know, it's going out, sitting with a group, having some popcorn and stuff in your mouth, but being with people. That's important to us. And I hope that never goes away, right? Angela's with me there. We want to connect. We want to connect with people. So you may have been familiar with the new site that Will's created to help trainers and learners connect. I highly recommend going out. There is a ton of information on here. I recommend you signing up and talk about this experience out here. And, you know, share the information and share the love, because this is where you will learn things. Angela will talk a little bit about our blogs and what we have out there with Dr. Paul, one of our PhDs, right? And how she uses that as a great device to learn. How many people know about Delicious? Anybody use Delicious? Yeah, it's kind of neat, isn't it? Now it's called social bookmarking. Again, how will people learn in the future? I just went out and read 3 articles online. I then participated in a blog, and then I saw this thing on Wikipedia that I wanted to share with my executives, okay? So if I had done all of that, Delicious would have recorded all of my bookmarks. I could send that out like a learning plan, and then boom, right there, I would have all my executives who would be able to do the exact same thing I did, and then we could have a telephone conference and we could talk about those kinds of things. So this is going to be a part of the future, ladies and gentlemen, where we will be able to basically go out and learn in a variety of different ways, share that information with people, and have them go on the same path if they want to. Cloud farms. I've been talking a lot about software, but I do want to talk 1 minute about hardware and where I think hardware is going. The big thing now is to be green, right? And we're probably not, because I'm drinking out of this water bottle here, which is a no-no, as you know. But I'm going to refill it before I'm done. Cloud farms are these things. How many people are familiar with cloud technology and what's happening out there? Okay, so you are. You know, describe it a little bit, or?
There's basically 3 pieces that I understand.
Okay.
Software as a service, service. Infrastructure as a service.
Okay.
Infrastructure is what we're talking about with cloud farms, where all of the data,
right,
all of the stuff originates from.
Mm-hmm.
Right? We don't really care, for instance, when we get on the internet, where that information is hosted, like our cell phone. We don't really care about the technology that sits behind it, but rather we just want it to work. And
right.
so cloud technology kind of works like that.
Right. And so we apply it today, and we'll be applying it in the future. We've got 3 data centers around North America, for example, one in Altoona, which is our newest one, which will be using cloud technology. So I can sit there and I can say of the 3 million users that I may have online right now, okay, there's going to be certain times of the day, certain times everybody wants to do training, right? Still, like when you're going through the vacation season, people don't like to do training, right? When you get to the end of the year, it might ramp up if you're in the spring or the fall. Those are traditional peaks and things like that. What if you could say, I only want to use capacity when I need capacity? So I have all these servers out there. When they're not being used, they shut down, and I save power and energy. When it is being used, it repopulates it again, and then it'll meet my peak demand. So it knows when it's starting to get full here to add more, and then add more, and then add more. So it's a very efficient way to save energy, to save power, and as you say, you're not even going to know what's happening because it's happening in this cloud kind of environment. So that's a new thing that's out there that it's been around a while, but that intelligent repopulation, expansion, and contraction to save power is very important.
Amazon.
Oh yeah, Google.
Amazon Web Services.
Yeah, absolutely. Big time, big time. So the secret sauce, and this is the ending right here. Okay? Because Chris is walking back and forth saying, Frank, you're running over, right? He's smiling, but he's kind of gritting his teeth a little bit. What is the secret sauce? Big Mac attack, right? I'm going to ask you this question. Now, the reason I have this young man right here, I mentioned Brad Rasmussen, who's one of our senior technology leaders, what he's doing in Waukee. He works with the Technology Association of Iowa, and we are working with school children in the Waukee, 8th graders, I think. And here's what we're doing. So instant messaging and Twitter in school, is that a good thing or a bad thing now? Schools see it as threatening, right? They see it as something that we should be fearful of, and it's a no-no right now, okay? So what we're trying to do is say, no, 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 okay? It's new, it's different, so we have to change. So let's encourage Twitter and instant messaging in a positive way, because you know what? The kids are going to do it anyway, and they're going to rule the world, and we're going to be dead, okay? So why don't we just facilitate that process and not become a barrier to that process? So he is working with 8th graders to program things into Twitter that are positive for education. Here's the big thing. Here's the big thing. Because do you know how many women, young girls, go into technology professions? I heard this because Leanne Jacobson was who is the head of our association, came and she said out of Iowa State last year, you know how many women graduated with technology, degrees? 0. 0. Okay? That's not good, That's not a good thing. I'm not proselytizing saying let's all get technology careers, but I am saying we have to have diversity or you're going to have, like all these war games that keep on going. Let's use technology in positive ways. So I asked this question. Here's the 8th grader, and he's asking you, why did you choose this profession? Why did you choose to go in to learning and development? Why did you do that way back in your career when you started? Anyone? Do you remember? Barb, why did you do it?
Because in those days you were either teacher or nurse.
Oh, maybe we didn't have all the choices. That's why we need technology training, No, and that's good. Dick.
Well, I really didn't choose it. It kind of chose me in the later stages of my life.
Okay.
Always the sales and marketing.
Nothing wrong with that either. We need those things too. Did anybody choose it and say, Yes, Angela.
I chose it, and the reason why I was involved with it is you can never stop learning.
Yes.
It always is a continual process. And what I love about e-learning is that there's always room for improvement.
Right. With all the stuff I started out with, talking about the economy and how gloom and doom and everything sounded and all this other stuff, I am an optimistic person. And I believe sitting in this room, the reason why I chose that career is, learning is a good thing. It helps people, right? You help people grow.